Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games, and today's bonus game is the Crissle Crossle. So I guess we'll start with cross like we do with some other games. All right, and I will do my best to explain Crissle Crossle again, because every time I get comments saying they didn't understand it, but I'm hoping to find a way to explain this properly. How about pinky? I don't know why, I just want to guess pinky. Okay. Still need letters on the right, so how about adult? Oh, got a D and a U. Okay, the left word has all of the letters. It's an unscramble. It's probably stain. Yes, okay. The right word is what? Huh. I really want to end in Y, like muddy, but I can't end in Y, so maybe it's like U and then an E here, and then like a D. Is there like a DU, something E word? Or E something? Or what if it's like a UED word? That might work. Is there a word like that? With the letters we have left? Fumed, maybe? Oh, okay. So FU. Oh, fudge. Nice. Ah, did you eat fudge and it stained your shirt? Worth it. Okay. Let's do Fusele. Motto. Okay, so one of these is a lie. Sorry, not Fusele. Fibble. Let's do Fibble. Said the wrong word game. We're not at the end of the video yet. I'm gonna bring in one of these T's. Let's do like a TO word maybe. Or we could do like a OTC. We could do botch. Let's do botch. So in this case, just the T is lying here. Okay, so one of these O's is definitely lying. Which means these T's cannot be lying. There's no T in the word. If we start with BO, then I'd have to bring in an M or a second O. Could I do something like BOO? I can't do booth. That's the only thing I can think of. Or boost. Can't use the T. You can see that has two lies in both. Boogie. Oh, interesting result. So one of these B's is lying, which means that there is no O in the word. So we found that that's the lie. There are no O's in the word. I'd like to think that there's just no B in the word and we just haven't found any of the letters, but we should probably just start another word with B just in case. Not birch. How about bust? Oh, botch would have 0 lies. Ooh, right. I have to bring in the C or the H. Ooh, how do I do that? Hard mode saved me from doing a non-hard mode guess. How do I bring in a C or an H with this starting with B? BL maybe? Oh, I could do black. That works. Okay, so there's a lie between all of these. Oh, okay, so we have an X-wing here, right? Between the second guess and the fourth guess. So what do I mean by that? Give me a second. I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a sore throat, which is... I just got over that cough, basically, and now I'm going to have a sore throat again, and it's going to bring the cough back. Anyway, so... how many lies are in 2 guesses? That's not a trick question. There are 2 lies and 2 guesses. Every guess has 1 lie. How many lies are between these 2 B's? At least 1. How many lies are between these 2 C's? At least 1. Well, that's 2 lies. So we identified basically where the 2 lies are. They're if you forgive my highlighting there. The lies are, one of the lies is between these B's and one of the lies is between these C's. So that means the rest of the words cannot be lies. Otherwise, we'd have too many lies in those 2 words. Now, if this B is lying, it's not going to be yellow. It's going to be gray. If this B is lying, it's not going to be yellow. It's going to be green. So actually, we've identified that this has to be lying as well. Because if this was true, these would both be lies, and then we'd have these C's disagreeing. So that's an interesting consequence as well. So this B is lying. And now we could try a word with a B here and a C here, or we could try a word that's all new letters. If I can think of a word with a B and a C there, I think that will help more than trying 5 new letters, but I think it's more likely that we just don't have any of these letters. We've literally just gotten all gray for all of our guesses. BR might be the best way to do this. Can't do brace though. Is Bruce a word? Or Bryce? I don't think they'd be answers, even if they were words. Well, let's see if they are. Bruce, Bryce, they're not words anyway. Okay, let's just do all new letters then. Let's just assume everything's gray. What should I do? I definitely want an E. Probably want to get 2 vowels in here. I could do something like swipe. Okay. Finally, some positive information. So what are we doing with this? I could try an ISE word. The problem is I can never think of ISE words. The other option is to do something like, I don't know, S something IE, or we could like move the I around, so we could be like ISE. Ooh, what about like ISER, like riser? Actually, I don't mind repeating letters in Fibble too much. There's no lies here. There's no conflicts between swipe and riser. Oh no. What do I do here? Well, if ISE are in the word, then we have to have an R. And we have to kind of move these around. So like ERSI, like is versi a word? No. I think verso is a word, but not versi. Yeah, like ER or yeah, what was I saying? ERSI or I something RS. Oh, we can't end in E. No, we can't do that if we... Hold on. Or one of these could be in place. One of those yellows is supposed to be green. So like IES maybe? No, we can't do IES. ESI? Okay, is there an ESI word? Not that I can see. Resin. But we can't use the R if we're going to do that. What about sarin? Oh, darn. Sarin has 2 lies in swipe. Because we can't start with S unless we're going to put... See, if we start with S and put an I there, we could have this E be lying. Is there something like this? I don't think something like snide is a word, right? That's like IDE. What if we end in double S? Is that an option? Like IES. No. IES would work. But I don't... Feast, but there's no T? How does this work? So certainly we're not doing B here with C here, right? We'd also just omit one of these letters, one of the ISEs entirely. Actually, we could do this if this was a word, like Buicks or something. Okay, I think we don't have the B and C. I think that's probably true. Maybe we'll just omit the I or something. So like just put an SE somewhere, just somewhere new. So like E, S. Or even E in the middle with an S here. We could even do double S. Come on, this is looking good. Not dress, not bless. Without the R, oh, guess, quet. Darn it, I can't do guess. Quest isn't a word. Can't do quest. Oh, this feels so close. Gotta be something. Okay, what else could we do? If let's say the S wasn't in the word, we just have I and E, then we have to place this I, and then we have to put the E probably at the start, or where it'd be like an EI word. So the E is first or second with an I in the middle. Deify, but there's no Y. Or deity, but there's no Y still. Dane, but there's no G. Feign, but there's no G. Edict, but there's no C or T. Come on. Niece, but there's no C, and E can't go at the end. Yeah, so if there's no S, these are our options, but I don't see. Maybe EXI exist. Can't do that. Evict, can't do evict. Yeah, I can't think of anything. So if there was no E, then we could do like an ISS word. I think we looked at this though. Or did we look at ESS? Can't do a miss. Oh my gosh, what is this word? I can't think of anything. If we started with S, that would be the lie. We'd have to put the E in place, and we'd have to put an E. We'd have to put, yeah, so like I in place and then E here. That would work. But I don't see how that works. If let's say we omit the E, so that means we'd have. Oh, I think I did that just now. ISS, maybe SI instead, like using. But there's no G. Let's look at USI. Using is the only word I can think of. What about like SE? Or even ES? Is ES something? I can't do ensue. I'd love to, but it has two lies in swipe. There's not another letter I can end this with, right? SE used, and just don't put a fifth letter. SQUI doesn't work. Darn it, this lie is really getting me. If there's a IS and E in it, we need to include an R and then a P or a W. I feel like one of these ISEs has to be lying in both guesses. Can I end in IES? I'd have to include a P or a W. Spies. It's two lies in swipe. Is there a different? Can't do skies. This one's close. think I looked at snide earlier. What about like something SI, something E? We'd have to include an R. Arise? No, can't have an A. Unfortunately, something like fries or fried has too many lies or not enough lies. Ah, what does this word? Dried. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a hard mode solve with this. I've been at this too long. This is a really long Fibble solve. Okay, I'm going to turn off hard mode. And what's a good filler to do? How about snipe, just to get a lie, catch a lie and swipe. All right, what did we learn? Okay, there's a lie between one of these two I's. That's great. That means that these S's can't be lying, these E's can't be lying. There's a lie between these two P's, which means we have an X-wing, actually. So there's an S and an E in the word. What if the answer was spine? No, that doesn't work at all. Okay, so we know that we have to move this S and an E around. And then what's going on with riser? So there is an S and an E in the word. I'm thinking maybe these I's lied both times. That's probably the easiest thing, because then these are all true. This I is true, and then this P is lying and shouldn't be in the word. So that's all consistent. So we have an S and an E that we need to move around. Like what? Like ENS or something. I don't know what that would be. Okay, I'm gonna guess needs. What did we learn? ENS are in the word. Oh, so unless one of these is supposed to be green or this green's supposed to be yellow, there's a D or a second E in the word. Could it be... What could it be? What? Like SEE? No, we can't start with S. I think S not being at the end makes sense. So maybe we ended up with like ENS. And then we have another E. Yes. Something like... Ooh, no, that doesn't work. We can't end in E. Darn it, we can't end in E. E is limited to the two places I tried it. So... Okay, so E can't be here, right? If E was only here, if there was one E and it was third, then both of these would be lying. And that's not allowed. So, like here, look. Yeah, we'd have two lies, right? The green would be lying and the gray would be lying. So, now I could be double E, and there's just this E here is the lie, and then I'd have to do SN. Which doesn't work, right? Because I can't put S first, and I can't put N first in that case. So I think there's one E and it's here. I think that these two are true. Which means maybe we start with NE, and then we just need to put the S exactly here. I'm running out of letters to use. Or if we did EN ending in S, Venus. It's a proper name. It was the answer. Oh my gosh. It's a proper name. I got it though. I basically locked that in because I was tired of the game, but it was right. So there's that. That was hard. Holy cow. What a hard Fibble. Venus. It's got a lot of the unlikely stuff going on. Like V is an uncommon letter. Ending in S is uncommon because most of those have been stripped out of most answer lists. Yeah, that was tough. And then these, yeah. So if you get one color in a guess, it probably means, and the rest are gray, it probably means you just got all gray, but it doesn't have to mean that. But I think that's the most likely scenario. But getting that 4 times in a row was also really tough because I didn't get a lot of positive info. Okay. Let's do connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. Hopefully I still have brain juice left for the rest of this video. Eyelet is interesting. Isn't that the thing in a needle that you put the thread through? Or am I thinking of something else? Is that just the eye of the needle? What's an eyelet then? Velvet and satin are materials, so is silk. Lace is a material. Chiffon, is that a material? All right, I don't think I can guess that yet. Baby carrot? I don't know. Tongue. Oh, eyelet is I think these are parts of a shoe, are they? Sole, yeah. So you have the tongue of the shoe, you have the eyelet, which is where the laces go through. So then lace. Okay, these are parts of a shoe. And then I think we have satin, velvet, chiffon, and silk, which are high quality materials. Luxurious fabrics. Perch and roost seem similar. Like things birds settle and land, maybe? Yeah, come down to rest. Now, what is blow baby speech package? Those don't seem related. It's the purple, though. Definitely not kinds of parrots. Carrots. Also not kinds of parrots. I don't know. What is it? Things that are delivered? Okay, that's funny. Wait, blow is delivered? Oh, you deliver a blow, like when you punch someone. Got it. I was like, maybe there's delivery for that. All right, let's play Crissle Crossle. The hardest part of Crissle Crossle is explaining how it works. I'm going to come up with my starting word first. Let's do satin. I'm going to make a really confused face. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to lock this word in. Here's how this game works. Whoa, okay. So I don't know. The way I try to explain this is like it's a liar game, but basically it's going to reveal a random word in blue to the right of your guesses. You don't know what that word's going to be until you lock in. So it's not really helpful to like look ahead. We don't know what words are going to end up here. But what it's done here is it said, okay, there's an answer to the wordle. So if we completely ignore this thing on the right, then it says, okay, let me color this guess against the answer to the wordle. Hopefully that's clear so far. But it's also then going to color the guess against the random blue word that appears after you guess. Right? It's coloring this against digit. And then it's going to combine those two, and it's going to use yellows over grays and greens over yellows. So in this case here, right, this A is yellow. We know that that's colored against the answer because if it were colored against digit, it would have been gray. S is gray. Grays are always, since grays are never preferred, gray always means the answer does not have that in it. So the answer does not have an S because the S is gray. The answer does have an A and not in this slot because digit does not have an A in it. T, we don't know. The answer could have a T in it. The answer cannot have a T in this spot. Otherwise it would be green. But because it's yellow, unfortunately, it could have become yellow because it was coloring it against digit. So if our answer was, let's say our answer was mount, right? I don't know if the answer is mount or not. I'm not going to look that in. If the answer was mount, it would be coloring this yellow because of mount. But it would also be coloring this yellow because of digit. So we don't know whether or not the answer has a T in it. All we know is if we had instead done botch, right? If the answer was botch, it should have colored this T green, but it didn't. It colored it yellow. So all we know is that there's not a T third. This I is green. that could easily be green just because it's green in digit, right? So we don't know. The answer could even be pinch, right? If the answer was pinch, this I should have been yellow for pinch, but it preferred becoming green because it's green in digit. All right, and now this N, digit does not contain an N, which means our answer has an N in it, but not in the last slot. So what we know for sure is that there's an A and an N in the answer, and we know that there's not a T in the middle. So we don't know if there's an I, we don't know if there's a T. We just know, we know very little about I and T. We know there's not an S. So I'm gonna move this AN around. What if we guessed something like crane? So with crane, it is a possible answer because the A becomes yellow, the N becomes yellow, and this TI we're just assuming are yellow and green because of digit. Now when I lock this in, it's going to reveal a new blue word. I don't know what it is beforehand. And it's going to color crane against our correct answer and against this new blue word. Gourd. So what does this mean? Well, we know there's no C or E in the word. That's good. Grays are always good to get because they're always true against our answer. R, this R could easily just be yellow because this R is yellow. It would be yellow against gourd. The A and the N we know are in the word, and so now we know they don't go here either. So we need to move those around again. Interesting. So where are we putting those? We could do like an NA word like that. I don't know. Or we could just have them completely separate. We could include an R again if we want. We could include a T or an I again if we want, but I'm gonna just move this this NA around to try to get more info. If I can. Is like nodal a word? It is. Ooh, okay, so this is a really good result. I think our answer is zonal. But anyway, this O is green, this A is green, this L is green. We know those are true against our answer because puree would not make them green. This N also is yellow, so we have to move it. So we know we're ONAL, so I think the answer is zonal. It could also be tonal. So we could be tonal or zonal. I'm going to go zonal first because that was more fun. All right, so maybe tonal. There we go. So we won. So in this first guess, the T was yellow because of the answer and because of digit. So it just stayed yellow. I hope I explained that well. Let me know in the comments if you used to be confused about this game and now you aren't, or if you're still confused about the game. If you're confused at this point, I honestly have no idea how to help you other than play some unlimited rounds and you'll figure it out. But yeah, so there we go. That's Crissle Crossle. Let's do Polygonle. It has an 8-letter word, and this repeats 3 times, and we don't have any other repeats in the word. So let's try E. I'm always saying I'm sneezier than you. That's actually a word. Nice. Maybe the R repeats? I don't know. Or we could repeat an O. If we want to do a vowel still, we could repeat an O here. Maybe an R here. Ooh, where's the I go? It would have to go first. Oh, I guess we could do I-O-S. Oops, S. I don't know why, like Groomios. Sounds like a cereal or something. Droopios. It's like Cheerios, but not. Okay, I don't think we have an O there. I think maybe we have an R. Or maybe we could have an S here. Does that work? We have S and an SE. ISS. This isn't working, is it? Discourse. But not. What guesses, what assumptions did I make? I made an assumption about the E and the I. There should be an R somewhere. We could start with R. Like, how does this work? Maybe Y at the end, or a T at the end. We can't do IST, we could do EST. I don't know, something. That doesn't work. What are we doing here? Like, try R here. Something like this. Dairyors. Dairyars. Farriers. E-I-E-R-S. Furriers? Oh, that's a word. Ooh. Hey, I was really close. Darriers. Terriers. Oh, getting closer. Carriers. Okay. There we go. Still think sneezier would have been fun. Is sneezier a common word? No, of course not. Even sleepier is not. None of these, like, I don't know. The way this sorted between common and uncommon was an automated process, so it's bound to make weird decisions there. I think it used a Google API to determine how common the word is within books. So that's why sometimes things that double up as proper names end up in ordinary. Okay, cool. Let's do mini. Oh, it's sleet time. Are you serious? Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, this is the one with 795. We don't need to look. Hey, got it in 2. Very nice. Let's start with Blaze for Symble. Let's do bound, because we might start with B. We do not start with B. So yellow is yellow. Start with an L, A, Z, or E. Probably not Z. And then we have, maybe it's something like L, U, and then O here. Luxor, the, well, we're on proper names. What are we doing here? L, A, so... Enjoy. Got it. Wow, where'd that come from? I was thinking about whether N could go here. And then I was like, well, we have to start with AN or EN. And then enjoy just popped out because I had the O already filled in. I'm sorry I didn't think that through visually or at all out loud, but I didn't think I was going to get anything out of that. But then it just came to me. Cool. Let's do Fusele. Let's start with enjoy and just hope that J is yellow. Oh, the J is yellow. Look at that. We can just ignore the J. So we know there's no N, O, or Y, and there's an E in the word. Let's put the E at the end. Oh, we can't put the E at the end. So we are going to do the best word we can. What am I going to do? How about rails? Just gets letters. Okay. Interesting. So we probably end in LE, and then there's, I don't know, an S somewhere, maybe at the start. Stole. All right, SL is correct. E is somewhere else. Oh, I'm gonna have to guess anything but a real word here. So let's find out if the E's here. That'll place the E. And then what do we think this word is? Set. I'm wondering if E is here, so we'd be like swell or something. Okay, so it's probably S something ELL. So let's put the E here. Is it swell or spell? Let's put another L there just to see if it's double L. And shell. It is shell. Nice, that helped. Cool. I love being able to do like just any letter you want. Just don't make a real word. Cool. Well, I think Fibble was most of this video. That's all right. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you understood Crissle Crossle. I think the game's neat, but I think it's really hard to explain how it works for some reason. Some people just it doesn't click until you've played some games. So I recommend that if you're still confused by it, just in the description, just click the link to it, play some unlimited games. You'll get the hang of it. But yeah, cool. Let me know if there's any games you'd like to see me play tomorrow. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below. Whoops, forgot to do the blind Fusele. So doing that now, let's start with shell, which is terrible because we don't know if there's that L could be green there, but let's just assume it's gray for now. I'm not allowed to guess H, so I can't get the answer anyway. Let's just get the high value letters. T, N, L, A are kind of the high value letters here. But we don't really need L, so let's do tangy. All right, so there's an H and an A in this word. A is not second. H is not second either. What if it was A and then H like this? What would this letter be? Not T. Ending in ACH is tough because usually it's ATCH. Is there anything that would work? A PH, like graph, but there's no G. I think that's the only one that does PH. This might not work. I can't put, okay, I could put H first. And then I could just put the A somewhere other than second. So I didn't get the R. I should have tried to get an R. I'm not seeing a way to do this. What are we doing? End in H. Can I end in CH? The problem is I can't do like March or anything because A can't be second. R something CHA, I don't know. HORA. Or OR, we could do, no, we can't do Torah because there's no T. You know what? Let's try coral. No, that doesn't use an H. What am I thinking? It's like, yeah, if I remove the H, it's easy. What about like ACH? I need like an E or something. Oh, is it abhor again? Holy cow, it's not. I think it was possible though. So what this is telling us is alphabetically none of these are near those letters. So we need to put two vowels here. So can I do like an AU maybe? I don't think I'm going to be able to guess all the correct letters. But I'd like to find out where the A goes. So maybe an OA word. Let's just get all new letters. Other than the A, of course. I'm not sure. How would I do that? Like cloak. Let's see what happens. Okay. So the A is not fourth either. It's not first, second, or fourth. So it's probably in the middle. There's an O and a C and an H. Oh, OACH is I think I've messed that up before. It could be roach or poach. Let's try poach. It is not OACH. Wait, okay, so I gotta move these letters around. Mocha. Interesting. But I'm not able to guess a real word. So we'll guess mucha. There we go. Mocha. Okay. Sorry about forgetting about the blind fusel here. I already said my outro, so yeah. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.